Under the canopy of the Bodhi tree, disciples sat in contemplative silence. A cooling breeze tempered the mid-morning heat. Ananda approached Buddha, his face shadowed by unease and doubt. "Blessed One," he began hesitantly, "I feel unmotivated, adrift in my purpose." Buddha regarded Ananda with eyes brimming with infinite compassion. "Speak freely, Ananda," Buddha encouraged, his voice tranquil and grounding. Ananda continued, "My meditation feels hollow, my tasks endless. I lack the will to proceed, overcome by doubts." Buddha gestured for Ananda to sit, gathering the disciples closer. "Listen well, for this teaching is for all," Buddha declared. He clasped his hands together, his gaze sweeping across the circle of listening disciples. "Consider the farmer tending his field," Buddha began, his voice steady and soothing. "He rises with the sun, wielding his tools with weary hands," Buddha said. "His crops grow not overnight but through persistence." "Ananda," began the Buddha, his voice steady, calm, and resonant, "your question strikes at the heart of human longing. A universal pursuit indeed. It is the hope of harvest, Ananda." "Hope sustains effort," Buddha replied. The disciples nodded, absorbing the metaphor deeply, their silence filled with a mixture of awe and understanding. "Effort without focus is like pouring water into a cracked pot," Buddha explained, his voice carrying profound wisdom. "Ananda, do you wish to repair your focus and revive your purpose?" Buddha inquired, breaking the stillness. "I do, Blessed One," Ananda answered earnestly, his posture straightening. Buddha spoke again, "Then hear this tale and let it illuminate your heart." In a distant village, there was a man named Kiran, Buddha began. Kiran lacked direction, overwhelmed by daily struggles and fleeting desires. The disciples leaned forward, captivated by Buddha's storytelling. One day, he sought the counsel of a wise elder, Buddha continued. The elder handed him a bowl filled to the brim with water. Sudaka was a simple man, living with little, cherishing the small joys that life offered him. The Buddha paused briefly, letting his words settle like dew on a leaf. Sudaka had a garden where a coal bird would sing each dawn, its melody soothing his spirit amid his struggles. His voice seemed to carry the faint echo of the coal's song, gentle and melodic. Children laughed and distractions beckoned. Yet Kiran remained steadfast, Buddha described. When he returned, the elder smiled, saying, "You have just learned the secret of focus." The Buddha smiled softly, seeing the effect his words had on his disciples, but there came a time when Sudaka grew weary of his poverty and longed for something more. The Buddha continued, "To dispel doubt, focus on one task at a time, anchoring yourself in the present moment," Buddha advised. "But what if doubts persist?" "Blessed One?" Ananda queried, his eyes searching Buddha's face. "Doubt, like clouds, will dissipate in the light of understanding and effort," Buddha assured him. Buddha turned to the disciples, his gaze sweeping over the attentive faces. "Disciples, what is the purpose of meditation?" Buddha asked, his voice both probing and inviting. A young disciple replied, "To calm the mind and cultivate awareness." "Blessed One." But when the coal sang its familiar song, it failed to stir his heart as it once did. A hushed silence fell over the disciples, their minds grappling with the meaning of this change. Meditation builds the discipline to see clearly. "Ananda, do not measure your progress by time or achievements," Buddha added. "Measure it by your intention and commitment." The wind rustled the Bodhi leaves, filling the quiet space with nature's harmony. Buddha spoke again, "Like the river carves its path through rock, effort overcomes resistance with time. Discipline is the vessel that carries you across the sea of uncertainty," Buddha declared. "But how do I ignite discipline when motivation falters?" Ananda pressed, his tone urgent yet respectful. Discipline arises not from fleeting emotions but from steadfast intention, Buddha explained. Anchor your discipline in compassion for yourself and others. Imagine a potter shaping clay on his wheel, Buddha suggested. Ananda spoke again, his voice tinged with newfound curiosity and yearning. Blessed One, does this mean that joy is always with us, waiting to be seen and embraced? The Buddha smiled gently, his presence calming as the wind through the trees. Likewise, your practice molds your spirit, shaping its beauty and strength, Buddha concluded. Understand this, Ananda, focus turns effort into progress, and progress kindles motivation, Buddha stated with clarity. Even in the face of setbacks, trust the process and remain patient, Buddha urged. Remember, the mind is like a wild horse. Discipline tames it, and focus directs it. Ananda folded his hands in reverence, his expression resolute. I understand now, Blessed One. My doubts shall no longer dominate my path, he declared. Buddha smiled, his serenity an unspoken blessing. Ananda, your intention is the seed. Nurture it with discipline and focus, Buddha encouraged. The disciples rose, their spirits uplifted by Buddha's profound teaching. The disciples sat with their breaths and thoughts, guided by the Buddha's words and presence. The moments stretched, timeless and profound, as the nature of true joy began to unfold within them. The Buddha's serene gaze watched over them, his teaching resonating in the stillness of their practice. The forest seemed to embrace them, the sunlight filtering through leaves, the breeze carrying whispers of interconnectedness. They walked through the village, their robes flowing softly in the morning breeze. Buddha led the way, his serene presence calming all who crossed their path. The disciples observed the bustling life around them, each scene a reflection of human effort and perseverance. In the heart of the village, an elderly craftsman worked diligently in his modest workshop. His hands moved with precision as he carved intricate designs into blocks of wood. Buddha halted his disciples, gesturing towards the craftsman's labors. Watch and learn from this man's dedication, Buddha said, his voice carrying both authority and warmth. The craftsman noticed the group and greeted Buddha with respect. Buddha approached him, his eyes filled with gentle curiosity. Tell me, skilled craftsman, how do you achieve such mastery in your art? Buddha asked. The craftsman paused and smiled thoughtfully. Great teacher, my craft demands discipline and patience. Each day, I shape and refine, learning from mistakes, he replied. Buddha turned to his disciples, who listened intently. Discipline transforms effort into excellence. Much like this craftsman's devotion to his art, Buddha explained. The disciples nodded, their admiration for the craftsman growing as they observed his skilled movements. Consider how discipline grounds the wandering mind. Much like an anchor steadies a drifting boat, Buddha continued. Blessed One, how does one cultivate such steadfast discipline? Ananda asked, his voice revealing a deep yearning to learn. Buddha smiled and gestured for the disciples to sit near the craftsman's workshop. Listen well, Ananda, for discipline is not forged overnight but through mindful repetition, Buddha began. Imagine a young farmer planting seeds in barren soil, Buddha said. Each day, he waters and tends to them, unwavering in his commitment. Buddha paused, allowing his words to resonate with the disciples. At first, there is no visible growth, yet the farmer persists. Trusting in the process, Buddha continued. Ananda leaned forward, his attention fixed on Buddha's every word. Great teacher, but what sustains the farmer's perseverance in moments of doubt? Ananda asked. Buddha's expression remained serene as he responded. Faith in the unseen and dedication to the task at hand sustain his perseverance, Buddha explained. Disciples, reflect on this truth. Discipline arises not from fleeting desires but from focused intention and consistent effort, Buddha declared. The village craftsman resumed his work, his movements embodying the teachings Buddha imparted to his disciples. Observe how he shapes the wood, channeling his skill and patience into every stroke, Buddha said. Ananda, understand that discipline aligns the mind with purpose. Much like a craftsman's steady hand guides his tools, Buddha elaborated. But blessed one, how do we overcome the distractions that pull us away from our path? A young disciple asked. Buddha's gaze softened as he answered. Distractions, like scattered clouds, obscure the clear sky of purpose, Buddha explained. Discipline clears these clouds through mindful awareness and unwavering commitment. Consider the bird building its nest, Buddha said. Piece by piece, it gathers twigs, undeterred by obstacles or delays. Buddha's metaphor sparked understanding among the disciples, who marveled at his ability to convey profound truths through simple imagery. Disciples, discipline requires patience and resilience. For these virtues fortify the spirit against discouragement, Buddha continued. But how do we remain patient when progress feels slow? Ananda asked earnestly. Patience is nurtured through trust in the gradual unfolding of growth. Buddha replied, his voice calm and encouraging. Trust, like the craftsman shaping his work, transforms effort into beauty over time, Buddha added. The disciples watched as the craftsman revealed the intricate design he had carved. Behold the result of steady discipline, Buddha said, his voice filled with appreciation for the craftsman's artistry. Each stroke of his chisel contributes to the harmonious whole. Much like focused practice shapes the soul, Buddha explained. Ananda's expression brightened as realization dawned upon him. Blessed one, your teaching illuminates the path ahead, guiding us to persevere with discipline and focus, Ananda said. Buddha placed a hand on Ananda's shoulder, his gesture both comforting and affirming. Ananda, discipline is the bridge that connects intention to accomplishment, Buddha said. Even in moments of doubt, trust in the power of steady effort, Buddha encouraged. The disciples rose, their spirits uplifted by the lesson they had witnessed. The village craftsman bowed to Buddha, his humility reflecting the wisdom he had unknowingly shared. Buddha smiled and blessed him. The group departed, their minds enriched by the teachings of discipline they had learned that day. Buddha's words resonated deeply within their hearts, inspiring them to embrace their practice with renewed determination. The sun set behind the village, casting a warm glow over the day's meaningful encounters. Another day, another moment unfolded under the shade of the Bodhi tree. The disciples gathered, their minds eager for wisdom. Buddha sat serenely, his presence calming the restlessness within each seeker's heart. The sun bathed the grove in golden light, illuminating the tranquil setting. Buddha's voice broke the silence, gentle yet profound. Disciples, let me tell you the tale of a hunter. The disciples leaned closer, captivated by Buddha's introduction. This hunter roamed the dense forest, seeking to capture the swift deer that eluded him. Buddha began. For days, the hunter tracked the deer but always returned empty-handed. Buddha continued. His arrows missed their target because his focus wavered. The disciples exchanged glances, sensing the depth of the parable unfolding before them. One day, he resolved to steady his mind and refine his aim, Buddha said. The hunter quieted his thoughts, observing the deer with unwavering attention. Buddha narrated. When he finally released his arrow, it flew true, striking its mark. Buddha paused, allowing the meaning of the story to settle within the disciples' minds. An unfocused mind is like an arrow without a target, Buddha stated. Blessed one, how do we cultivate such focus amidst distractions? Ananda asked, his voice filled with genuine curiosity. Buddha turned to Ananda, his gaze steady and compassionate. Focus arises from intention and mindfulness, aligning thought and action with clarity, Buddha explained. Consider the carpenter shaping a plank of wood, Buddha said. Every stroke of his chisel is deliberate, guided by purpose. The disciples imagined the carpenter at work, their understanding deepened by Buddha's vivid metaphor. Similarly, focus directs your energy towards meaningful action, Buddha continued. But blessed one, what if our thoughts wander and we lose focus? A young disciple queried. Buddha's expression remained serene as he replied, when the mind wanders, gently guide it back to the present moment, Buddha advised. Like the wind sways a flame, distractions test but do not extinguish resolve. Buddha's voice carried wisdom that resonated deeply within the disciples' hearts. Focus is not the absence of distractions but the mastery of attention, Buddha said. Imagine a gardener nurturing a single flower amidst a wild field, Buddha added. Her focus transforms chaos into beauty. The grove fell silent, the air thick with contemplation. Disciples, reflect on your purpose and align your actions accordingly, Buddha encouraged. Discipline strengthens focus. Much like steady hands strengthen the archer's aim, Buddha explained. Trust in the process. Even when results seem distant, Buddha urged. The disciples sat in thoughtful silence, absorbing the profound lessons Buddha shared. Ananda bowed deeply before the teacher, his voice filled with gratitude. Blessed One, your wisdom dispels our doubts and illuminates our path, Ananda said. Buddha's smile reflected his understanding and acceptance. Buddha concluded, Ananda, focus is the lens through which effort becomes achievement and intention becomes reality. The disciples rose, their hearts renewed by the teachings of focus and purpose. The sun dipped lower, casting long shadows over the sacred grove, marking the end of another day's profound lessons. Thank you for watching. Buddha's teachings are always with you. Subscribe to our channel and we will see you in the next video.